Black Panther Wakanda Forever bids a loving farewell to one hero as another steps up to take on his mantle. Now that the world's had a chance to return to Wakanda and visit the underwater nation of Talokan, it's about time we find out what the cast and crew have to say about how the big twists and turns of Wakanda Forever set up the future of the MCU. Spoilers ahead, obviously. Chadwick Boseman's untimely passing left director Ryan Coogler with the difficult task of changing Wakanda Forever's story to account for T'Challa's absence. But Coogler felt that dwelling on specifics wouldn't be what best served how the movie pays tribute to the late actor. You know, you talk about all the things this movie has to do, and there's the obvious thing, which is it serves as an elegy for Chad. Can you discuss the decision that you make, very, very opening scene of the movie, to not reveal the specific cause of T'Challa's death?
I think simplicity was behind the choice. You know, trying to keep it as simple as we could. Because the how, it wasn't as important as the fact that the main character of this movie was trying to save him and she couldn't. That was what needed to be gotten across, you know. The specifics of it, you know, we didn't think was necessary.
Though there was much speculation in the lead up to Wakanda Forever's release about who would succeed T'Challa as Black Panther, in the end, it was always going to be Shuri. T'Challa's younger sister has to overcome her grief before becoming Wakanda's fabled protector, and that struggle sets Shuri up to make the mantle of Black Panther all her own. And of course, we have to talk about the fact that we have our new Black Panther, and it is Shuri. She spends the entire movie really sort of learning what it means to be the Black Panther. Can you talk about what went into having Shuri be the new Black Panther, working with Ryan to come to that decision, and how Letitia's going to carry that mantle forward?
Thematically, we always thought it made sense that Shuri would be the one impacted the most by T'Challa's passing. As her older brother, it's somebody that she's, every day of her life, he was next to her until he wasn't. And so his passing really, I think, unmoors her from where she thought her life was headed. It's also interesting to think about the notion that in the first film, Killmonger had burned all the heart-shaped herb. So even the possibility of having a new Black Panther sort of rests on her shoulders, because unless she can figure out how to bring that back, a Black Panther's an impossibility. Hopefully the movie takes you on a journey where both of those things together makes it undeniable and inevitable that she would take that mantle. And I think her growth as a character is really interesting because the way that she expresses being a Black Panther is going to be a bit different than her brothers. And I think potentially for the first time in a while, the Black Panther doesn't necessarily mean, having that mantle doesn't necessarily mean that you also are ruling Wakanda, which I think gives her a little bit more latitude than T'Challa had as the Black Panther. I think she can operate a bit differently in the world because she's not also the representation of being of the ruler of a sovereign nation.
I mean, we don't know, right? Like what the film tells us is that she takes on the mantle for different reasons than our brother did, but she grows, you know, over the course of the film, and even grows like after taking on the mantle. You know, I'm excited to see where she goes. I don't know, you know.
Along Shuri's emotional journey towards accepting her brother's legacy, she encounters a family member on the ancestral plane, someone whose words speak to the turmoil Shuri's going through as she decides how best to protect her nation. We also see a cameo that I think a lot of people are going to be really delighted by, which is Michael B. Jordan back as Killmonger. I thought that appearance was deployed very well and sensitively and at a perfect moment in the movie. Yeah. Can you talk about the conversation that went into bringing Michael back in and what his sort of feeling was coming back for what was, I think, a very crucial role in the movie?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pivotal moment in the film. I think it speaks to Shuri's state of mind when she takes the heart-shaped herb. And I think while it's not what she wanted, maybe it was what she needed. Michael was really interested in coming back to portray Killmonger, and especially when Ryan pitched him as to how it would express itself, thought it felt fitting both narratively and also, again, you know, he also suffered the same loss that we all did. So for him to be able to participate in this film, which hopefully can be cathartic for audiences, was important for him. And he's such a dynamic actor that while he's not in the movie a lot, his impact is obviously felt. And he's such a great partner, so it was great to have him back on set.
Though Killmonger may be on Shuri's mind, it's new antagonist Namor that's causing her the most trouble. The ruler of Talokan is a force to be reckoned with, thanks in large part to powers with very exciting implications for the future. A big revelation on Namor's part, which is that he full-on just calls himself a mutant, and makes that a coded hard term in the MCU now, referenced in Ms. Marvel, but it is made literal here. What went into the decision to having Namor be the first named mutant in the MCU, and what does the importance of vibranium to his origin say about the future of mutants in the MCU?
That's interesting. It's no secret that Namor is the oldest Marvel character, really, and look, in publishing, obviously, Apocalypse is super old, but Namor is traditionally considered the first mutant, and we thought it was really fun to sort of pay homage to that in this film. And it's also no secret we are huge fans of X-Men, and that is something that gets closer every passing day. So to sort of lay the groundwork for that and get people interested in this idea, I think is really fun. As to how the history with vibranium and the plant that saved Talokan plays into any notions of what might come next, it may be less specific than you're thinking, but I do think that's an interesting thread to think about.
Well, that's certainly something to chew on. Finally, Wakanda Forever reveals T'Challa and Nakia conceived a child before he died, and that Nakia has been secretly raising little T'Challa in Haiti. That child's future is yet to be written, but there's no doubt he'll have an important part to play in Wakanda's next chapter. T'Challa and Nakia had a child before he passed. There's sort of a next generation of the royal family in play. What do you think Nakia's part in that is in raising this boy and preparing him for what a burden this mantle is?
I mean, Nakia is his mother. Nakia is uniquely poised to show him the ways because she is his link to his father, and she's raised her. They've chosen to raise their son in the outside world. And so that vision of a Wakanda that is open to the outside world is what he's uniquely poised to assume, the Wakanda of tomorrow, not the Wakanda of yesterday.
If you're hungry for more on Wakanda Forever's biggest moments, check out our spoiler cast, as well as our review of the film. And as always, be sure to follow and subscribe wherever you like to watch IGN.